Archieluxury live with Johnny Jarzen, and it's a great show today. We've got a great show. We're going to talk about watches. That's a great topic, Johnny. What do you reckon?
I think that's perfect.
I mean, let's be honest there. Sometimes people get, all the personalities and egos and that, and let's be honest there. At the end of the day, no one cares about personalities. We want to talk about watches, and luxury goods, because at the end of the day, Johnny, I would swap our friendship together for a solid gold president, wouldn't you, Johnny?
I understand.
You want nothing personal. I mean, I love you, but I mean, you understand. I mean, the solid gold president came along, and someone said to me, "Hey, don't talk to you again for a solid gold president." I'd have to say, "Deal done." The biggest question I would have is, could I squeeze it for diamond dial or not?
Well, even bigger question: which one, the old version or the new version?
Oh, Johnny, it'd have to be the new version. The resale value on that is so much better.
I know it's fucking astronomical. I think on the new version, isn't it like $30,000 on the new one?
Yeah, but I got to tell you the truth. I think the 36 mil. I'm a big guy. Let's be honest, Johnny. Me and you are both. We're portly, okay? We're portly. And I think the answer is I still like the 36 mil. What do you think?
You know, I don't really like the 36 mil. I tried it on one time because they don't sell that anymore. I can't find it anywhere, so I found it.
They do sell it. They do sell it. It's still available.
Oh, I never, because maybe they don't have it at the boutique here, or maybe I was never paying attention. That was probably what it was. Because
look,
I was looking at the older one. The what is it? The not the one that. The one right when the, gosh, I can't think of it. What's not the newest 36 mil, the one before that? The 1.8, what is it? What was the number on that?
Oh, okay. Well, like a normal president, the standard president is an 18238.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the classic. But before the Datejust 2 came out, it was actually 118,238.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the one I was wanting to look at.
The double one, it's slightly revised. The case is actually slightly revised.
Right.
And nothing wrong with that. The double one, 18238. That's a fantastic.
It is.
Fantastic wristwatch. I mean, I really love it. I love it. And
it has the Rolex's newest movement in it too, with that Teflon coated wheels in there too.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I'm that keen on that. The problem is when you start adding this layer of complexity, no other watchmaker can look at it. That's the problem.
Well, that's true to an extent, but I think that's Rolex, because Omega does that with their silicon hairsprings and silicon.
Yeah, but what happens is that, see. Let me just tell you this, right? I don't know if you're aware of this, but in the 1960s, 70s, Rolex, to get market share, they would actually go out of their way to get pieces with dealers. Do you understand?
Right.
So what they would do is they would give independent repair guys Rolex tools for free. Did you know that? They would give you tools for free. And the logic behind that was, if a repairman had the tools, he would more than likely recommend the brand, and it would help sell watches. Now what's happened is they have taken that completely in-house.
Right.
And they don't want you to, they want you to send it, because it's a gravy train. It's a huge gravy train. And I was just talking to Johnny Jarzen off camera. It hasn't happened yet. Well, I haven't got the money in my bank account, but I was just wanted to very quickly pay homage to my Explorer 2. And
do we have a moment of silence? Do we have a moment of silence for it?
I think we should, because it's very, very it's It's kind of sad, Johnny. It's kind of sad in the sense that I'm just displaying it on the screen there. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
It was a wonderful piece, and I've actually just sold it. Okay, yesterday I had a fan of mine. It actually, if Greg Kinder rang me and said a friend of his wants to buy it, and look, I got to be honest with you, Johnny. I'm going to Bangkok in 40-something days' time. The countdown is on. The countdown, the timer is on. Okay, it's literally 40 days away, less than 40 days away. And I wanted to get a little bit of cash up my sleeve. Okay, I paid for my air ticket, but I got to pay for my accommodation, and I've also got to pay for a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of I've got a few house repairs. I don't know if you saw my plumbing video, but yeah, I got a few plumbing repairs that are coming up, and it's sad to have sold the Explorer 2.
Yeah.
I love the white dial. It's a very usable wristwatch. Like it's something that you can just use. You had a GMT, didn't you, Johnny?
Yeah, I had the GMT, the Sapphire GMT.
What made you sell it, Johnny?
Well, I wanted the Daytona.
Oh.
And a part of the Daytona, I had to sell the GMT.
Okay, fair enough. The prices of GMT, they've really gone up, haven't they, in recent times?
They have. You know, and I didn't like the Sapphire at first, but the Sapphire bezel has really grown on me. I really like that one.
Oh, the ceramic one, you mean?
Yeah, the ceramic. That's what I mean. Also, it's Sapphire ceramic.
What are Explorer 2 selling for at the moment? What do you think what's the money on my Explorer 2? What do you think I should have sold it for? I'll tell you whether I sold it too cheap or not.
Well, fuck. I can remember when I was looking at the GMT. That was 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I remember Explorers you could get for about 3 to 3.5. But they've got up drastically since then.
They have.
I think about 45, 47.
Yeah, I sold this for 45 Aussie.
Yeah. So that's a good deal because that's 41 US, right? 42 US.
And I had it serviced and I had it professionally polished. So it's a nice piece. White dial, Holes case. I love the Holes case. I don't know what you think of them, Johnny.
Oh, I love the Holes case. My GMT was the Holes case. I specifically got it because I wanted the Holes case, and it was the solid end links. So it was the SEL bracelet and sapphire crystal. They only made that for 1 year, and that was 2000, I think, 2001 before they switched to the solid case. They only made it for like 1 or 2 years, and I think that was not the A serial. What serial number? That was started with the. Would have been
F or something.
F serial, yeah.
Okay, Johnny, that's fantastic. You know, I got to be honest with you. I've sold it, and look, I didn't actually have the Explorer on the market, right? But I'm kind of pleased because it means that I don't have to desperately sell my AP. Because I tell you the truth, my AP itself there, I honestly believe that AP is a fantastic piece.
Right.
And you know, I think I've got to actually spend some time promoting it. Did you see my first AP Royal Oak I owned?
That one was the one with the gold bezel, right?
Yeah, I'm just bringing up a picture now for you, Johnny. I'll just bring up just hang on, I'll get that.
I can't believe that nasty
bastard. There we go.
I can't believe that nasty bastard plumber wanted your date just.
That's what they charge, Johnny. That's what they charge here, you know?
Could you believe that?
That was just the down payment as well. That wasn't even a full job.
He must be a union laborer then.
Let me tell you this, Johnny. You know, that date just was less That's the same money I paid for the Datejust. Actually, I paid slightly less for the Datejust than I spent on repairing my AP recently. There you go.
I know. I remember.
This is my two-tone one, Johnny. That's the two-tone I had.
Right.
And I got to tell, that was a quartz one actually.
Right, 33 mil or 34?
33 mil. And I got to tell you, Johnny, I loved it. I actually loved it. Even though it was 33, it actually wore bigger. Does that make sense? That's on the screen here. This is before it was polished. This is before it was polished, right? And after it was polished, this is how it came up. It came up like a cracker. Beautiful. And well, I think the reason I sold it was because I sold it because Johnny, it's one of these things, okay? These APs, it was going to need an AP service. It needed a new crown, and AP. I just didn't want to put that so much money into a quartz piece. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that wrong for me to say that?
No, not at all. I completely agree with that statement.
You know, I mean, if you're going to send something to AP, that's okay, but you don't want to overcapitalize on a quartz piece. You know, that's the whole thing there, Johnny. You've got to be careful, man. You've got to be, you know, I mean, I don't mind sending things off to AP. I think, I tell you the truth, Johnny, my opinion is, right, I think a Patek, an AP, a Breguet, Jaguar maybe. I think you might have to Vacheron, definitely. You might have to actually send that in for factory services. Do you understand?
I think so, yes.
It doesn't mean the watch is a piece of shit. It just means that they're a very low production run.
Right. So the parts aren't available.
Well, they're not readily available. You know what I mean? They're kind of...
You know they're going to charge the fucking independent watchmaker an arm and a leg for those parts. If they
won't sell them to them. They will not supply. They will not supply.
Even JLC, Jaguar won't do it either?
No, all of them. Even Rolex now. Like, that's what I was saying to you before about these special springs and that. Yeah. That's so that they can keep it in-house. Because it's like a car dealership. You know, a car dealership makes more money at a service than actually selling you a new car.
Oh, of course.
You know, Henry Ford said, I will give you the car for free if you agree to service it through me.
Right.
And that's the whole thing, is that these things, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to lock you in. And, Johnny, I got to tell you, you know, the AP, you were even expressing interest in my new AP. Explain that to me, Johnny. I'm a bit confused.
I think I kind of, my wife really likes the AP, and I think that might be a good watch because you said it's, but the only thing is this is what worries me. With APs, as you know, like you said, with that 33 mil, they always wear bigger, and that's because of the integrated lugs, or I guess you could call them shrouded lugs, because yes, it's a big case. So my opinion is always those cases wear 1 mil to 2 mils bigger than they actually are. Like that's like with your 37 mil. I think that would wear closer to a 39 millimeter, and that's like the 39 wears closer to a 40 millimeter, and my 41 wears definitely closer to a 42 or 43 mils. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
That's a 15300 you have on the screen, right?
No, that's a 14. That's my 14790.
Oh. See, that's how much it looks like a 153.
Yeah, it's a fabulous piece, Johnny. It is an absolute cracker of a piece. I mean, you think about it, right? I'd sell it to you for 8. I need 8 Aussie, okay? After fees and shipping, I need 8 Aussie in my hand, right? Which isn't really a lot of money. So that's what? What's that? What's 8 Aussie? That's about 777 US.
7.7, yeah, about 7.7.
7.7. I mean, that's not terminal, is it?
No.
Considering that it's had a full AP overhaul, and AP said to me, we can do a service for 2.5 US, or we can go full hog, replace the crown, replace the hands. polish it professionally, and that cost me $3,091 US. I said, do the works, do the
Right.
works.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well. I mean, it's stupid to go half-assed.
Exactly.
That's like taking a Ferrari and saying, "Oh, I just give me just add a quart of oil. Don't change the oil or don't do anything else." That's silly. You got to do the full thing.
Exactly. So I mean, the way I kind of see it is that I kind of think whoever buys that AP off me is getting an absolute bargain because it's absolutely factory perfect. Do you understand?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I was talking to a watchmaker. I went into a watchmaker last week, and they were saying, "Oh, you've overcapitalized. It's vulgarly over." I said, "Hang on a minute. You've got to understand an AP that's had a recent service. It's like a Ferrari or a Bentley.
Right.
A Bentley that's had a full dealer service is different to a Bentley that's been serviced by an independent, isn't it?"
Right. Absolutely.
And that's the thing. This is a so much better watch. It's been completely overhauled by AP. It's got a 2-year AP warranty, and I'm really selling it. Let's just have a look here, Johnny. I want to just let me just see how off or on the mark I am. So let's just hang on there. I'm just going to bring up my screen share.
Well, yeah, like you said, while you're doing that, I have to talk to the wife because she's very petite. She's got very small wrists, so it's I don't want it to be a monster on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. You know they've got a 37 mil. You can always go to an AP saloon. You know that they've got a 37 mil, don't you?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so this would be a smidgen smaller. So let's just type in Audemars 14790 ST. Let's see what comes up. Okay, let's have a look at the money. So we're looking 77.
Okay.
So I'm effectively, let's just work that out. Let's do this properly, Johnny. No shortcomings on the Archieluxury. I'm just doing a quick conversion. So basically, I'd need from you, I need to net, I need 8,000 Australian. Convert that to US. Shit, that's 7,500.
I think you need to up that number.
Well, I need to net, right? So I need shipping, right? So let's say let's say shipping, insurance. And, okay, let's make it 7,700 shipped, right?
Right.
Okay, 7,700 because you'd have to pay the fees, any bank fees and that, right? So 77 shipped, right?
Right.
Look at this. Here's one in England, right? And it's only fair condition. It's not even. See, mine would be absolutely perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had this other version here. Have you seen this other version?
Yeah, that military dial I am not a fan of. I do not like it.
When I bought my one, I could have actually got a military dial one, and I just didn't really. It's still a nice piece. Don't get me wrong. It's still a lovely piece.
Right.
Here we go. Here's another one. 77. That's from from Belgium.
Right.
We got to look. See, okay. Here's one that's down. What's that there? It's in Minty Records. It's from Germany. I mean, it's another Belgium deal. I don't really trust the Europeans. You know, they're a little bit. I would, you know, they'd have a language barrier. You know what I mean? But you.
Oh, wait, that was a quartz. Wait, go back. That was a quartz.
It was a quartz?
I think so. Yep. Look, quartz.
He doesn't know what he's talking about because a 14790 was never that reference is an automatic reference. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. No. He's made a mistake
33 mil, so it's like your old one you had.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they're not that much cheaper. You know what I mean? It's kind of. But I mean, the quartz one, you don't want to buy a quartz one, okay? So look at this, right? 8.5. So I think 7.7 with a factory service. Let's look at this UK one. Let's look at this UK one, Governor. Governor, stainless steel. What does he say there? Well, he doesn't say much. Let's have a look at the photos. Just going to blow that up. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks okay. Yeah. The hands have gone a bit funny. See, I've had my hands replaced. See, I spent extra to get the hands replaced. No,
It looks like the bezel. You know what? It looks like the bezel's way over polished. You see the edges?
Yeah, yeah. That could just be the photo. That doesn't mean they're a hard thing. I think they photograph beautifully, these watches. Let's have a look. What's the? Yeah, look. It is what it is. I don't think that's a bad buy, to be honest with you. It's not terrible.
It's that fucking geezer's watch.
Is your well, I don't. Is it a geezer's watch?
No. I was just saying.
No.
No.
I mean, a geezer's watch would be a Breitling.
Right. Two-tone, right?
Two-tone. Well, a Breitling, something bright and shiny. You know, something shiny. You know, whereas an AP. I mean, let's be honest there. That's a cool brand. You know who's a huge fan of AP?
Who?
Prince Charles. You know that?
I did not know that. I know a lot of people here in the U.S. are, but I know about a lot of the.
Yeah.
I didn't know about
Prince Charles is a huge AP fan, and
he has a solid gold one, right?
Of course, yes, of course.
Fuck, he's got one.
But you know the thing about Prince Charles is I always liked Prince Charles because he was with Princess Diana, right?
Right.
And he went to Camilla, right? But what you got to understand is, it's not how beautiful the woman looks; it's her attitude. You understand?
Yeah.
If she's beautiful, she could be a fashion model and a bitch.
Yeah.
Whereas if she's not so, say she's not so pretty, and I think Camilla's actually very pretty. It's the attitude that's so important. It doesn't really matter what someone looks like. You understand what I mean? Like Diana was just an absolute bitch. You know what I mean? She couldn't keep her fucking mouth shut. I mean, let's be honest there. She couldn't keep her mouth shut, right? You know, I mean, it was a good deal she had. It was a great gig, don't you think? It was a great gig, wasn't it?
Maybe it was Dodi Al Fayed that couldn't take it anymore and drove the thing into a fucking pillar and killed both of them.
Well, you know, the terrible thing is, you know, the only person who had a seatbelt on that survived
was the driver.
But if they would have worn a seatbelt, they would have probably lived. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, what do they think?
I know. You know, what's funny with that Camilla is, you know, as she's gotten older, she's refined her look. So she looks a lot better than she did, you know, early on. And what's really funny is my mother looks exactly like the way Camilla looks now, to a T.
I like Camilla. I've never had anything against her. I can understand that exactly. You know, I honestly, I can't think of anything more unappealing than a young 20-something woman. Could you?
I've got a daughter and I'm trying to raise her right, so I hope that she does. I hope she's got a good head on her shoulders. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
No, I mean, it's okay when you're a 20-year-old man, but I mean, as an older man, would you really want a 20-year-old wife?
No.
I think they look better when they age a bit, you know?
Yeah, I do too.
And I mean, I think women are like cars, you know?
So you like MILFs then?
Exactly, and I got to tell you this: women are like cars. When you trade them in, the balloon payment is a killer. You know, when the lease is up, 5, 6, 7 years. Have you ever tried trading in a 7 Series BMW?
No, I've seen.
The balloon payment is a killer.
He had one. He bought it brand new, a 2003, which I think was the new body style. Had all kinds of problems with it. Paid it off, kept it. I think he got. So I think he paid around 89,000, 90,000 for it, brand new. When he got rid of it, he sold it for like $5,000. I would have killed myself.
Now, Johnny Jarzen, you were saying to me before, my 5107, I'm not meeting market. You think my price is way over the top, don't you? Or what do you think? I want 20 US for my Patek. Is that crazy or what?
That's a bit high, but then again, you're not...
Well, let's have a look. Johnny, let's have a look here. You can see the screen? You can see the screen, can't you?
Hold on one second. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm on Chrono 24. That's the pricing Bible. 18,000 for a yellow gold one. Okay. Actually, that's a bargain. 26.5 with a bracelet.
Oh, with a
I
bracelet.
kind of prefer the 5107 on a leather strap, but you know.
Yeah, I don't like Pateks. Only the sport watches on metal bracelets. I
There
don't.
we go. There's 19420, 19422 for a white gold one. Am I really over the money? Look, okay, here's one, 189. Am I really off the mark? Here's one from Taiwan, 17.3. Am I really off the mark? Here's one that's even more, 21.8.
Want me to be honest?
That's from Austria. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Be honest, Johnny. I always want you to be honest, Johnny. I never ask you to lie.
I know. I don't use Chrono 24 because simple reasons. Chrono 24 is not really, to me, is not a person selling it to a person. I think Chrono 24 is saturated with dealers. So they've got obviously they've got a high markup because they got a lot of overhead. I think that because yours still has to be radium plated again, right?
Possibly.
Possibly. I'm thinking probably around 17. Am I off on that? You think I'm too far off?
Do we have a deal at 17.5?
Oh, I'm buying it now?
Do we have a deal at 17.5?
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're probably right. That probably is the money. I want 20. If I don't get 20, I'm just. I love that watch. You understand? Yeah, I love that watch.
You're not actively selling it. So if somebody offers, it's like my old car, my old Lincoln. Okay. I'll throw out a price, 55,000. I know it's not going to sell for 55,000. I'm probably around the 45,000 mark. But if somebody offered me 55 grand, I'd take it. But I'm not actively selling it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Same thing as me, Johnny. Same thing as me. I mean, I love that watch. That watch is... If that watch could talk, Johnny, I'd be in trouble. You know that?
I bet.
I absolutely love that watch. I've done more things with that watch in my life than any other period of time. There you go. I've done more dude things with that watch than any other time.
Yeah?
I love that watch. It's got a power to it. You know that?
Yeah, it does.
It belonged. You know the guy who owned it before me. He was a pilot for Emirates.
Really?
Yes. I mean, not that that fucking matters, but isn't that cool? A pilot for Emirates?
Yeah, that is.
Does it get cooler than that in life? I mean, let's be honest. What sort of job would be really cool to have?
Yeah, but not being a pilot anymore. Fuck, I wouldn't want to be a pilot. Those guys are getting paid shit. Especially
in America, they are.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Some of these guys that like the co-pilot or the navigator, those fucking guys are getting paid like, I think starting at like 30,000 a year, 35,000 a year.
That's like for the regional airlines, but that's the regional. If they're working for a big carrier, they actually get more.
Well, these are guys that are working for Southwest Airlines, and that's a big carrier here in the United States.
Oh, that's it, 35? That's it?
No, lower than that, about 30 grand. There's a huge website. I think I emailed it to you a long time ago about how they're getting paid here in the States and how poorly they're getting paid.
I know. It's an absolute... And you think about the responsibility they've got. For 30 grand?
I know. I mean, you got to understand, those guys aren't just killing. Not that they're killing, but if they get in an accident, they're not just taking 30 lives with them or 100 lives on the plane with them. They're screwing up lives, beyond that. And they're making these poor guys, these poor pilots, these guys are getting paid, 30 grand a year, and they're making these guys work nonstop. It's bullshit.
It is, Johnny. Why is that? Why has America gone like that?
I don't know. I just think that it's the lust of money is what ruins people a lot. I think it's the lust to do things cheaper and to make it higher profit. I mean, it's silly. I could never run my business like that. I mean, I have about 18 employees, and I could never do that to them. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel bad. I'd feel bad. You know, I'm responsible for feeding 18 families, basically. You know what I mean? If, you know, these people depend on me, and it's like
They do, Johnny.
I couldn't imagine, you know, doing something mean to these people, you know, to make them work harder for less money.
Why would you do that? I mean, that's the worst thing you can do in a business. You understand?
Exactly. And to give you a good idea, I mean, I'm very liberal when it comes to paying people to work. I mean, fuck, most people, they get a raise once a year. I'm giving raises every 3 to 6 months if you're doing your job the right way.
Johnny,
you know?
when do I start, by the way? Can I ask you that?
I've got to find a Cadillac. Or you know what I was thinking?
You've got to find the Cadillac Brougham. There's a Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham, isn't it?
Brougham is what I say.
And I want it in black, if you don't mind, Johnny.
What about a 450 or 560 SEL?
Oh, please, Johnny, stop that. Johnny, I'm gonna be in Vegas very soon if you fucking keep talking like that.
I saw a nice one the other day. They have something here called Craigslist. I don't know if they have.
I know Craigslist.
Yeah. So they have Craigslist, and I was just looking at cars.
What model? What body model? What body model? Just give me the year, and I'll tell you the body number.
I think it was an 87, so that would have been a 560, right?
No, it'll be a W126. That's the body. That's what it's called. A W. I know. I love that car. That's the Dallas. That's the Dallas one. I want the Dallas one, please. That's the one I want.
This one. This one was perfect too. It was a Mentor. It had a black, because you know how they're two-tone. I think he wanted 5,000. I love the two-tone.
Johnny, you got to get me an SEL. Johnny, I don't want the SE. I want the SEL. It's got the extra foot in the back. You know that?
The SEL. No, this one was the SEL. It had the black top part and that gray bottom part, and it had the gray leather interior. This thing was a mint. I mean, it was really nice.
Okay, Johnny, I got to ask you this. If I work for you, right?
Yes.
Do you have shade protected parking for me?
I don't even have shade protected parking for the Jag, but for you I would build it.
Now, Johnny, what do I need to do? I need to sell printing solutions to people. Is that right?
It's a very tough market. It's not easy.
I know, Johnny.
You have to be very, very professional. No, just straightforward. Very professional. It's a very difficult industry. It's not easy. I'm here at work right now.
Why is it so hard, Johnny? Why is it so hard? Tell me this.
Well, it's hard. There's so much competition, and the general public is not educated enough to distinguish quality from price. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those ones that I'm going to sell the cheapest. I'd rather provide better quality, better customer service.
Actually, Johnny, I'm feeling a bit ill at the moment, if you don't mind me saying so.
Why?
I think I sold my Explorer 2 too cheap. Fuck!
Let's not even look at it then.
No, I'm looking at it now, Johnny. I'm looking at it now. Oh, Johnny, you know how cool? Do you know how cool an Explorer 2 looks on a NATO? Look at that NATO there. Isn't it cool? And he wants fucking $3,900 for it. No bracelet. Head only. $3,900.
You may have sold it too cheap.
I'm a man of my word, but, Johnny, I could never renege on the deal, could I? That wouldn't be gentlemanly, would it?
No. Absolutely not. That's a horrible thing to do.
Men don't do that, do they?
No, absolutely not. I fucked up on pricing a couple times here at work, and well, I didn't make any profit, but at least I didn't call back the customer and say, oh, hey, I fucked up and I have to make the price more. You know, the customer, you have to be really happy. You have to make them happy.
Johnny, I want to ask you this, Johnny.
Yes.
Keep looking for that Brahm, okay?
I will.
I'd be happy with a 300 SEL, by the way. It doesn't have to be the V8. I just need the L bit. You understand? I need the room in the back because that's where I'm going to sleep at night. Okay.
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 Well, I got some room at the warehouse. I'll make you a little.
Yeah.
I'll
I
make you a
can.
little.
I can earn a bit extra being security.
Get you a little flashlight in that.
You betcha. And a cap. I want a cap, by the way. I want a cap.
Oh, one of those caps with the badges on the front?
Yeah. Big, a black shirt with the epaulets. I need epaulets, and I need a big star on the cap. Like a police academy uniform.
You gotta wear the tie with it too, the little clip-on tie.
Yes. Johnny, talk to me about cars. Any interesting cars? Please talk to me about cars. We've spoken about watches. Let's talk about cars, Johnny. Tell me about cars. Please talk to me about cars, Johnny. You sent me this fucking sexy photo before of a Mark II. You remember that Mark II? It was in your Facebook.
Which one?
Mark II. I love Mark II Jaguars. You know
that?
Oh,
yeah, that Mark II. Yep. I know what you mean.
And, I mean, I don't know if you know much about Jaguar Mark IIs. Do you, Johnny?
The Mark IIs? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, I do. Those are, who had that? What was
Inspector Morse.
Yes.
Inspector Morse.
And what's his name? Erendorf's had one too, right? Minder. He had one too, right?
Oh, in Minder. No, he had an XJ6.
I could have swore he had a Mark II.
No. Always XJ6. That was an 80s show. He always had a late model Jaguar. But, Johnny, I want to talk to you about them because Inspector Morse. Let's get the Inspector Morse Jaguar up, okay? Did you know, this is Inspector Morse, did you know it was only a 2.4?
Yeah.
That was the shit one, Johnny. You know that. Yeah. They came in 3 engine sizes.
Yeah, they
came in. You know what it came in, didn't you? 4 and 3.8. And there's some debate whether the 3.8 was better than the 3.4 because apparently some of the fucking villains, they said that the 3.4 was lighter and was more maneuverable than the 3.8.
You know, there's a lot of that is true. The 3.4, in my eyes, the 3.4 is a better motor, especially in the XKE or the XK, because that is that's a higher revving motor than the 3.4 liter.
Did you know, Johnny? I want to test your knowledge. Did you know they had a Mark II with a V8 engine in it?
That was a Daimler.
Ah, yes. You know what it was, don't you?
Yep.
What was it called? It was the Daimler.
It wasn't called the Princess. That was the big one.
No. Hang on. It was an SP250. That was the sports car, right?
Right.
But they did that in a sedan. Daimler. It was a Daimler V8, right? It was a 2.5 liter V8. Did you know that, Johnny?
Yes. That was a Rover. No, it wasn't a Rover V8. Was it a Rover V8?
No. It was a Daimler V8. It was a Daimler V8. It was their own engine. And here's some gossip for you. Did you know they put that engine into the E-Type Jaguar as a prototype?
I didn't know that.
And they were fucked off that it was faster. Apparently, it was better than the Jaguar engine.
Wow, I believe that. Those straight sixes are good motors, though. I mean, you know
how long they, you understand, do you understand the history behind that 6 or you don't?
Well, that 6 they've had since the, they use that 6 all the way from pre-war all the way up to the early 90s in variations.
No. During World War II, the Jaguar engineers were involved in war pursuits. See, it was called Siddeley's Sidecars, SS, okay?
Right.
After World War II, they had to rename it Jaguar because SS is tied in with the Nazis. You know, those Nazi fuckers.
That's not correct. Jaguar, they started in 30. They dropped the SS in 36 and made it Jaguar.
Yes, because of the brown shirts.
Gone over, okay. Yeah.
And then what happened is the Jaguar guys were in signaling. They were doing the light signaling, and they said, well, what's the best engine? We want a such and such size engine. We want a straight 6. We want this. We want that. So they had this free time during World War II to design the best engine, and that became the Jaguar Straight 6. Now, the Jaguar Straight 6, that engine, my friend, that engine, they tuned it to 4.2 liters, right?
Right.
So it came out as a 3.4, like in the XK 120s, XK1, you know the XK series.
Right.
It was a 3.8 in the Jaguar Mark II. Sorry, the 3.8 in the Mark II, and also the E-Type.
Right.
Then they expanded it to 4.2. There's a lot of controversy whether the 3.8 was better than the 4.2, which replaced it. Did you know that?
Well, wait a minute. That went to a 4.0, not 4.2, I thought. Are you sure it wasn't a 4-liter?
I will bet my Patek on it. I will bet my Patek on it, Johnny. It went from 3.8 to 4.2.
I'm gonna look this up.
You look this up, Johnny. Please look it up.
Let's see what we got going on here. I don't think that's correct.
I think you owe me an apology, boss.
Did you look it up already?
I just know. I know, Johnny. I know my Jaguars, Johnny. I know my Jaguar. Jaguars! I know my Jaguars.
Hold on. I'm looking it up. Uh-huh. It never went to a 4.2.
What?
I'm looking at Wikipedia right now.
What,
it was
what?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me look at it this way. Straight 6. Hold on here. Hold on.
I'm about to get a hammer and smash my Patek before I give it to you, by the way.
Oh, you know what? Fuck. Hold on. I'm looking here. Hold on.
I've been reading Classic Car magazine since I was 14,
fuck.
Johnny.
I'm wrong.
Don't
but
fuck with me.
They did have a 4.0. You're right.
No, they didn't, Johnny, because that's a Ford engine. And us Jaguar purists, Johnny, us Jaguar purists don't recognize the Ford intervention.
Right.
Did you understand that?
Yes.
Any Jaguar past the Series 3, we don't recognize.
Right.
Series XJ6 Series 3. So after 3.8, it became a 4.2. Just hang on 1 minute there. I've just got to talk to my friend 1 minute there. Okay. Hello, Greg. How are you? Hey, I'm just in the middle of a live show, but I will give you a ring back soon, okay? Thank you, sir. That's my good friend Gregory Kinder. He's just ringing up for a chat, but I'm doing a live show. Yeah, so after 3.8, it became a 4.2, Johnny.
But then they went back to 4.0 in the later Series 3.
Hang on. No, they never did, Johnny.
Yes, they did.
That was a Ford motor.
No, that was not. No. Because the AJ6 is not a Ford motor. Ford switched. It became a Ford motor when it became a V8.
Johnny, you better get your facts straight here, because what are you searching on, Johnny? Please, what are you smoking, Johnny? I got to ask you this.
It's time to back the Jag up. It's time to back the Jag up on this one.
Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna do screen swap. We're gonna go to you. You get your screen. Okay, you get your screen share ready, Johnny.
Get me situated here, because you're gonna have to smash the Patek for this.
Johnny, let's get you back up here, Johnny. Where are you? You're on the. Can you do screen share on your end, please?
I'm doing it right now. Hold on. It's starting up here.
Thank you, Johnny.
You see it now? Hold on. Start screen share. Okay. Okay, can you see it now?
Not quite, Johnny. Showing. Waiting for you. We've got 27 viewers, by the way. You know, every time I'm drinking scotch, Johnny, straight, that's quite okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm drinking straight club soda right now.
Every time you make a mistake on cars, I just have a sip, okay? I'm completely shit-faced at the moment, Johnny.
I'm looking right now. The AJ6, all right?
Bring it up, Johnny. I can't get the screen share, Johnny.
Well, I got it on screen share. I got it on screen share. Oh, here we go. Oh, hold on here. It's all fucked up now. Hold on.
Screen share, then you got to select the page, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, let's do this. All right. I got it now. Screen share. Okay, ready?
Yep, we're ready, Johnny. We're waiting.
Right. We're going. Okay, now I'm up. Okay. Now look, the AJ6, the 3.6, they had a 3.6 liter, was the first AJ6 debuting in 1983 on the XJS. Okay, they also had a 2.9 liter. There it is, 4.0 liter, 1989 and 1994. Nothing here about it says that it was a Ford motor.
Fuck, what the hell are you looking at, Johnny? Just hang on a minute. What the fuck did you search in Google for this garbage, Johnny? I'm getting worried now, Johnny. You're in Google, right, aren't you? What are you in? You're in Wiki, aren't you?
Yes. We don't even have to type Wiki, because Wiki is sometimes bullshit. You don't even have to go on there. But look up Jaguar AJ6 engine.
Jaguar XJ6 engine, is that right?
Right. Yeah, we got a lot of questions.
The AJ6. Let me have a look at this, Johnny. This is not going good. Look, here we go. Look, Johnny, here we go. Look, let me just look at this. You got my screen share on at the moment? Fuck, let me take over, Johnny. This is fucked.
All right, go ahead. You're on.
Okay, here we go. This is the Jaguar XJ6, right? It used 3 engines.
Okay.
A 2.8,
right.
A 2.8, a 4.2, and a 5.3. 5.3 was a V12, but the 4.2, that's what I'm talking about. That engine there, do you understand?
Now go to not the Series 1, 2, or 3. Now go the XJ40, which was the 1988
and above. No, Johnny, stop!
That's not a Ford. No, that's not a Ford motor.
Johnny, hang on 1 minute there. That was a shit motor. I said to you, did you hear what I said to you before?
No.
I said we don't go past XJ6 Series 3. That's it. We don't go past it.
If we don't go past that, then yeah. But if you go into XJ40, they had that. That's still a Jaguar motor. That's not a Ford motor.
That's a piece of shit, that motor. It blows up at 100,000 miles. You know that?
Maybe true.
You know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because of your stupid fucking socialist government. It's the emission controls. It's an aluminium motor. The XJ40, I got to be honest with you, okay?
Right.
I got to be honest with you. The XJ40 was a piece of fucking shit. They don't last long. You know the motor was aluminium, don't you?
I thought they only used aluminum heads on that, or aluminum head on that.
No, it was just shit. The whole engine is fucked. About 200,000 kilometers, 160,000 miles. You need a major engine rebuild. They're fucked. They're a useless engine. Absolute shit.
I don't like those too much.
And you know this, I'm going to tell you this now, right? The model after that, see this X300?
The X300 and X308, yeah.
That's where they brought in the V8.
Right, that's a Ford motor.
That's a Ford motor, you understand? But this intimate motor, this was shit. This wasn't a proper Jaguar motor.
On that one, that 4-liter was still a Jag motor.
It was an AJ. That's just a piece of shit. You know
yeah.
You know Bill Lyons? Do you know who the fuck Bill Lyons is?
Yeah.
Who's Bill Lyons, Johnny?
William Lyons is the founder of Jaguar.
Yeah, he had no involvement in this fucking piece of shit, the AJ motor. You know that?
No, he was gone by then. Today is his birthday, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, he's dead, but today would be his birthday.
That's why I'm mentioning it, Johnny. That's why I'm mentioning it. You understand?
Yes.
Sir William Lyons. Do you know that? It was Sir William Lyons.
Right. Somebody mentioned on here the new F-Type. God, that's a beautiful car. I really like the F-Type. I've seen them in person.
The F-Type?
Yes. Have you seen the new F-Type?
Johnny, let's go to screen share. Let's go over to you. Screen share. Let's get you on the screen now, Johnny.
My screen share is all screwed up.
What is it? The F-Type. The Jaguar F-Type, is it?
Yes. Yes.
F-Type. You a fan of the F-Type?
Oh, yes. That would definitely be my next. That would be my next Jag purchase after this new XJ that I got.
You're joking, aren't you, or not?
What? About buying the F-Type? Buying another Jag?
Why wouldn't you buy an XKE? Can I ask you that? The model before this.
Look at how beautiful this is, though. Isn't that just a fucking stunning car? Look at that.
It is cool.
I know. Look at that.
But it's only a two-seater. You know that, don't you?
Yes. I like the coupe better. I think the coupe has that really... Gosh, it's beautiful. That coupe is just so nice.
It is. How much are they going for in America? What can you get an F-Type for?
I looked at the S, so the F-Type S.
Oh, that's a cool one.
I looked at a convertible. That was $108,000. But I want the R-Type coupe. They make the R-Type coupe, which is 550 horsepower, and that one I think is $125,000.
Johnny, why wouldn't you buy a second-hand XKE? Why don't you get one of those, Johnny?
I don't know.
You're not going to lose money.
No.
You're not going to lose money. You like the F-Type? What about the XKE?
I love the X.
You know, they're a cool car. When did you get a vintage car, Johnny?
I already have old cars. I don't know. I want to let the market settle. Types. Yeah, I got the Lincoln, but I want to make the.
Are you getting shitted off with the Lincoln?
No, I love that car. It's currently being rebuilt, so as soon as I get that back, I'll do a live broadcast with a walk around on the car so you can see it.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Lincoln really, they were so over-engineered. You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they have to.
Lincoln had a bad time in the 70s. They became a pimpmobile,
yes.
Didn't they?
Yes. Well,
what went wrong with Lincoln? What went wrong? Tell me this.
Well, here's the problem. Lincoln had to do more than Cadillac because they were always playing second fiddle.
Yes.
So Lincoln had to do different things than what Cadillac did because, I mean, face it, the Cadillac is you could have shit on the seat and people would still want it because it's a Cadillac and it was such a beautiful car back then. So Lincoln
have you heard of the Cimarron?
The Cimarron from the 80s. Yeah. That's a shit.
Is that a Cadillac? That's a good Cadillac, isn't it?
The Cadillac Cimarron from the 80s, the Cavalier piece of shit.
The J body. You know the J body? It came out as a 4-cylinder. Did you know that?
I think you drank too much scotch now if you think that's a nice car.
Why are they such a piece of shit? Tell me what went wrong with General Motors. That encompasses what went wrong with General Motors. You know that, don't you?
It's what went wrong with all the American car companies. They had fucking bean counters in there instead of car guides. All the old car guys were gone. All the car designers were gone. the really guys that gave a shit were all gone. So it came as how much can we get for this car on how much little we can build it for, and they were pieces of shit, you know.
It's a sad reality, isn't it? You
Ooh,
Americans wrecked your own car industry, didn't you?
Hey, we weren't the only ones.
Let me just take a break. I'm going to take a toilet break, Johnny. You keep talking, okay? Keep rambling, okay?
All right. Looks. Oh, Chinaman Champ. You said get a used Porsche 997 Turbo. Good idea. I like the 997. It's a very, very nice car with a turbo. They had a when I was at Jaguar recently, because the dealership I go to also has Porsche, and I think it was the GT3, a brand new GT3. God, that was fucking gorgeous. But that was like 200 grand. Let's see what else we got. Oh, California Pickin'. Hello. Gregory. XKD is legendary. Correct.
Hello, Johnny. I'm back.
Hey. Yeah, we got a lot of positive. We got a lot of positive comments today. You should check in. A lot of positive things going on. No, I'm being serious.
I don't even read the comments anymore. I've been so nastily treated. Oh. We've got positive comments.
No, everybody's being cordial. I like it. There's a lot of cordial. Everybody's talking about, good things.
Wow.
Yeah, Echo
Johnny,
Gator, you're right. Echo Gator says bean counters mess everything up. That is the fucking truth. But you know what? In the end of the day, I still like the United States. It's still a great country to live in, regardless if you don't listen to the fucked up media and you don't listen to the stupid government. It's still a great place to live. I wouldn't go anywhere. Ooh, you know what would be nice? Have you
What's
seen
that?
Nissan GTRs, which is the Skyline over in Japan?
Yes.
Those new ones? Fuck, those are beautiful. They call Godzilla.
Are you a fan of the 370Z?
Ooh, beautiful car. I really like that one.
What about a Cadillac? Sorry, I mean a Chevy. Corvette. Are you a Corvette fan?
No, not a Corvette fan.
What went wrong with Corvettes? Tell me this. What went wrong?
I don't think anything went wrong with Corvette. I just think that they moved into the middle-aged guy, the middle-age crisis type of
Yeah, that's
thing.
the only ones who could afford it, Johnny. What do you expect?
That's true.
20-year-olds can't afford vets to run around in.
No, not, things changed from the 50s and 60s, to the 80s and that. But you know what? I see a lot of nice guys. I see a lot of guys buying the new ones.
You do?
The new ones are beautiful. I think they did.
Would you buy one?
I would buy a new one. I think they have a lot of Ferrari styling. He says 243 Wayne says a 2008 GT3 with 10,000 miles. That's a nice car.
Very nice car.
Yeah.
You like British cars, don't you?
I love English cars. I'm a big.
Why is that? Can I ask you why? Why?
I think that, especially Jaguar, I just think that there's a mystique and like almost a romance that surrounds English-made cars. Yes, they're not. Some of them are pieces of shit, but I don't know. It's just something because us Yanks didn't get a lot of cars that you guys got or English had. We didn't get Rovers over here.
Oh, you never got Rovers.
No, we never had the older.
You got MGs, but you got MGs.
We did get MGs. Oh, we got the small sporty cars. So MGs, Triumphs, but that was about it. We didn't get any Austins. We got Austin Healey's over here.
I see.
243 Wayne says Corvette equals cheap horsepower. That is true.
What's wrong with Corvettes? I love a Corvette. I would so much die, Johnny, if I had a Corvette,
Well, we'll get that as a company car then. We'll get like an 81.
What's the fuel economy like on them?
Oh, fuck. I don't even want to think. We'll get you like a 1981 with like a bright silver paint.
I want a Coca-Cola one. I want the Coca-Cola shaped one,
Coca-Cola, the red one? Okay, so we'll get you the red one. But you gotta wear your shirt open with all your hair, hanging out on your chest with like a gold medallion and get a perm done. That'll have to be it if you get that.
They were good cars, weren't they, or not?
The Vets, not the 84 was a piece of shit. That's why you can get an 84 for like $1,000, I think.
Why
US.
is that, Johnny?
Because I think the electronics on the 84 were absolute fucking junk. And
Bean
then
counters again, is it? Bean counters?
Yeah, again, it's bean counters. You know, I think the last great Vet, besides the new one, well, let's say 2005 and up. 2005, not the brand new one, but the one before was a good one, and the new one's a good one. My dad had a 74 Stingray, which was the last year that they put a big block in it, and he had a 454 with it, with the 4-speed. And that was a beautiful car. He had that when I was a kid.
Wow, that would have been a chick magnet. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I remember here in the States they used to do like the peace sign or something for the Corvette. Everybody used to do that shit back in the 80s. I can't remember what that was. I think it was like the peace sign. It was just every time you'd see a Corvette.
What about the Dodge Viper? Do you like the Dodge Viper?
Yeah, my grandfather had one.
What a cool guy. He had a Viper?
Yeah, he had a 93, which had the side pipes on it, I think, still. He had a 93.
What made him get rid of that?
Well, he traded that for a 98 GTS, the Viper GTS, which was the coupe. You know, the hardtop. And then he couldn't drive anymore, and that was the end of that. And he was a Nissan guy, though. He had a lot of the ZX. Before he had the ZXs, this is the grandfather on my mother's side. And before ZXs, he had Mustangs. He was a big Mustang guy. But, you know, of course, in 71... The
Viper is cool. It's got a V10 in it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. He had that
What's uncool about that? What's uncool about a Viper?
Oh, nothing. I like Vipers. They're a nice car. That was the last hurrah for, what's his name?
Could he drive it? Could your granddad drive it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Could he drive it?
Yeah, he could drive it.
That's amazing. Johnny, we're going to have to end this live show. It's been a pleasure having you on the program.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. We got to do this again.
This has been a great show. Thank you so much for your time, because I know you're busy with business. And, Johnny, talk your wife into the AP. I want to get rid of the fucking thing.
I will. I will.
That is a good watch. I mean, seriously, it's had the full AP works on it.
Hey, take over for me for 1 second, okay?
Sure, Johnny. Johnny, it's okay. Thank you very much, Johnny Jarzen. We've had another live show. He's just sprung it on me. He said, hey, I got a little bit of time free. Johnny's an independently wealthy business proprietor. And I love him. He's pursuing the American dream. And I'm very proud to be associated with Johnny. And I love his positive commentary, his zest for life, and his love for British cars. I like to tease him a bit because, you know, these British cars, the British have been so bad to the Australians, and we don't like to let these Brits get away with it. But he's a cool guy. I really love him. I love his respect for British motor cars. And I got to say, Johnny Jarzen's been a really good fan and sponsor of the channel, and I'm happy to be here with him. So it's really, really good news. So I'm just about to end this live broadcast. It's been a live broadcast today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.